Yes.
You were live now. Greetings, PT.
Yes.
Greetings, stable.
Yes. Yes.
The connection is, yeah. Let's give it time. Maybe it's gonna, because I see
Stabilize.
the thing, the little bars on the screen. It's going up slowly. Okay, now it's gone. So I think the connection is good now.
Okay.
Okay. So PT, today we're gonna talk about the art stuff, but also I would like to hear you about the aurora borealis. What happened on the 10th and the 11th, 8th. I think it
Yeah.
was through the 8th to the 11th, something like that.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
would like, because we've never seen that kind of phenomenon so south, like even here where I am in Quebec, I've never seen aurora boreal. Like
Yes.
usually it's up north. So
Yes.
a lot of people have reports seeing them. Like I saw pictures on Facebook from millions of people posting pictures about that.
Yes.
I haven't seen it myself because it was cloudy. My wife seen a glimpse of it. She took her phone anyway. A lot of people report seeing northern lights in southern latitude. Uh,
Yes.
lo- Now, a lot of people also came out and say it was fake. It was ARP. It was ARP testing stuff. Anyway, I seen all kinds of stuff. PT, I would like to hear you on this. Thank you.
Yes. So which part do you want? Like what? Like first, it is
Oh,
not
the whole
harp. I
thing.
mean, the whole thing is like aurora is not harp. Like aurora is has been happening for so many years.
Yeah.
Before harp. So the fact that it came more south was only because so that I don't have to travel north. Usually, I have to travel north, quite north to see them because like and things like that. So
Yes.
for me, like it was easy. It was just coming down. That just means that it was a stronger burst. Okay, and aurora is basically an aura of Earth. Okay, it's when and again a lot of things people don't when they don't see they don't believe in it, right? Like there's geomancy. Okay, there are ley lines, so there are geolines on Earth, like field lines on Earth.
Yes.
Now people can't see them, so they don't believe in them. Okay, because they can't see them. Okay, but geomancers know that Earth's fields exist. Now magnetic field also of Earth we can't see, but we can measure with the magnet. So people believe in it just because you can,
Yes.
you know, measure it through an instrument. Now there is one phenomena in which Earth shows its aliveness. That it's alive through its aura. So that is what is northern lights and aurora. So aura, there's a word aura in it, right? Aura, aurora.
Yeah.
So like that is the so it's the Earth's aura. And if something like that is happening, that signifies a change which is happening in the world, in nature, that there are changes happening on Earth. Okay, so for that there is a I've been saying there is a acceleration. Okay, so when acceleration is, the more power also happens, right? When accelerator is pressed, the engine gets more
Yes.
fuel, more power, right?
Yeah.
So that was that show of that brilliance coming down to certain latitudes was a show of that, you know, that those things are actually happening, you know. And since people
Did
like to
it
see,
happen before, Mr. Lee?
no, I mean
Did it ever
obviously
happen before?
no, because now things are really that thing, like nature, natural disasters, different things, all around the earth, weather patterns, everything is changing. So things are on a heightened activity mode. So so the accelerator was pressed on this between 8th and 11th May. And why just that time, there's so many reasons for that, we can't go into that, but just to know that it is happening, and it is a sign for the change on the earth plane, sign for the change on the earth plane. And since humans mostly only believe in things they can see, with the physical eyes,
Mm.
so then it was a show for them. And obviously some people will turn this everything into harp, like everything on earth is being done by harp, like so. Like even when harp didn't exist, there was no northern lights, there was nothing, no lightning storm used to happen, no, nothing ever no earthquake happened before harp. Like it's just ridiculous. People think only human technology does anything on earth, which is a very strange and a crazy viewpoint, which is
I highly
you-
doubt that they can play the divine and create northern lights all across the earth. Come
not just
on,
that.
with
I
a
mean,
device in Alaska somewhere, and then
the fact that before the harp was even made, in whenever 40s, 50s, and stuff, from that point 60s. The point is, there was before that also earthquakes happened, tsunamis happened, lightning storms happened, aurora happened, everything happened, and these people just don't, you know, like understand that fact that all kinds of things have happened on Earth before, also in history, cataclysms, all kinds of things, which is just, like to put everything onto this is just another kind of delusion, which has been, you know, um, just put onto the uh, masses since science became a religion, basically. Since science has become a religion, then this is the new that things of it. The converts will always put everything to that. So
also, like if you look at what they say about the eclipse, that it's the moon, da, da, da. Now about the aurora borealis, they say it's solar flares, like the sun is releasing stuff on the
in the
earth,
night, in the
like the
night,
whole thing. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know. I think they use all those stuff just to put fear into the population even more than we
yeah.
have. Like now, we have solar flares coming on. That's like the people are in fear at the end of times, or I don't know what. But
I mean, the thing is that when changes are happening, they're happening for a reason. If affairs on Earth are not going in the right way, from the divine in nature, changes will happen. No, but to put the blame on harp or the sun or the something is just another distraction rather than the actual point. The point is that there is something needs changing. That's why it's changing, right? Like if something didn't need changing, then we won't have that change. you know Change is
yeah.
required only when change is required. So instead of getting into that point, why the change is required, what is actually happening on Earth, why the change is happening. So you push the narrative this way or that way. It's a distraction, basically. It's not a, yeah,
So now, will we see more phenomena like this happening? I'm not talking just Northern Lights, but like tsunami in Quebec, like
yeah.
stuff like that. I
I
don't
mean,
know. I never
yeah. I
seen
mean, I
that
mean,
here, but
obviously, now tornadoes and stuff have started happening in places where
tornado
they
in
didn't have,
Quebec.
where they don't happen. Now deserts, Saudi Arabia and stuff are getting a lot of rains. They're having floods. Okay, deserts are having floods.
Yeah.
Lots of them, not just one place, so many places. So the whole thing is shifting for those who want to see, who can who can stay to reality and not blame everything on harp, or they can see the phenomena all over the earth. you know so
Okay.
I mean,
With
every
all,
month,
yeah.
on one of my channels, that thing is put out. We put out one video per month of the things happening around the earth. So um, but the thing is that like a lot of people, those who right now don't have their eyes open, for them, like this aurora thing is an eye opener. You can call it an eye opener. So they can be different eye openers at different times. Yes, this is okay. It makes them take notice, that something is happening. So that's that's
Oh yes, it's big.
yeah,
It is big for sure. It is It's very impressive too. Like I mean,
yeah,
it leaves an impression on you, definitely. So you can rise from that impression that it creates, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
again,
So,
the
but what
and
exactly caused the Northern Lights, PT? Where does it originate from? From the Mount Meru in the middle, something like
I
that? I
mean,
don't know. Maybe just
you can just, if you consider Earth as a living being, okay, living being just like you are or anybody else is or people are.
yeah.
If you consider Earth as a living being, everything is solved. The mystery is solved. Okay, living being, and it has its own aura, and you know, so it starts with the fact
Okay.
that Earth
Okay.
is a living being. That's where it starts. If Earth is not a living being, then you can't have that sort of thing. So that is the main. basic underlying gist of it. And
Definitely, I have to
uh,
digest all this.
there's a, I always
Yeah.
talked about heaven and music, right? Music, heavenly
Yeah.
music, like that. And the same thing, this kind of thing is more a heavenly side on earth. So is the heavenly aspect of earth. Okay, the heavenly aspect of earth. So that's what, like, even like, so when their music has to be made for aurora, like, which represents what aurora feels like when you see it. It has to be of a certain level, you know so, like, whenever, if people can see my plays with aurora, which the sounds which I put along with aurora, they are a different kind of sound which will match that phenomena. Okay, sonically. So it's the same thing. It's a uh, trigger towards heaven. Like, there are heavenly things. Earth has its heavenly aspects, like I said, sunsets last time, and different things. So aurora is more of the heavenly aspects, like, of the earth heaven connection, like a rainbow or different things. So aurora is in that stream of things which I mentioned before. So,
I have so many questions about those, especially the sunset. I was seeing it good last night.
yeah,
Why is it so big when it's set? It's supposedly further away from me. It defies all love perspective. The sun appears bigger when it's further, like much bigger than when it's right over my head. And it's when over my head, I feel the heat much more than at 7 o'clock at night. So it's evidently further from me. But
yes,
why does it appear bigger? A car will appear smaller on the road. Anything
yeah.
going further away from me will appear smaller.
But the only thing
Now,
is, sun is
I'm
not
so
an object like a car. Like, sun is not an object,
I
like,
don't
which
know,
is a
PT. I
specific
have so many questions.
dimension. Doesn't have a specific dimension. It's a light body. It's not a physical, that thing. So it doesn't have, its diameter is like this. It can go less and more, like that. And
That's
different
what
times
I
of the
was
season.
saying to my son. I said it
Yeah,
must be getting bigger on its own and going smaller and pulsating
yeah,
like this.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
only
yeah.
way I can explain why it's
No,
bigger.
yeah. But
But
that happens
I
in
close
different
my
seasons
mind.
also. It's not always the same in all seasons, in all times, even at the same
True.
place.
True,
Yes.
because the sunset in winter, you will never have a big, huge sun like I had last night. I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
seen that. So
yes.
it is
So, and there is
different
obviously
for
different
all.
diffraction, different things, different atmospheric conditions, all kinds of things make a difference, but it is not a fixed object like a car. Sun is not like a fixed.
And also, when it's set for me, it rises somewhere else.
Yeah,
So I don't know, but also, why do I always see the face of the sun? Like, is it a sphere? Is it a disc? Is it? Oh my god, I have so many questions. I'm
yeah,
still
and
in.
it is it's more of a, like, when you think in terms of light, you know, you can't just, because you're looking at it in 2D only. You're seeing a face of 2D.
Yeah,
It can have another depth, or it can have another things, like, but you can't know that anyways. So that's why, uh,
true.
like, I always say, like, if you want to know about these things on earth, you have to get to a perspective which is above these things, from above, and then you will see down what is going on. Okay, from
Right.
earth it's impossible to know that. So if people really want to know, they have to ascend to a plane which is higher than where these things are, where celestial things are happening, and look down and see what's going on, and what it is. And then it might be a very different scene completely. In fact, you might not just see light body, you might see something else completely. So so that is the, you know
True. You might
yeah,
not even see the light.
body, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Woo!
It's
It's
like,
a huge
when you see
first
some hologram.
15 minutes.
When you see a hologram, you don't see the
Yeah.
machine which is making the hologram. You just see the hologram,
No. Yes.
right? Okay,
Like,
and what's
also, the
behind.
sun could easily be a reflection from the source, could
Yeah,
not
yeah,
be the source at all. So,
yeah. It can be reflection of
like
a
a
source of
flashlight.
the source, the source of the source of the
Yeah.
source of the source. Like, it's not just the original source. It might be a reflection of many things in between. So so that's,
Wow.
so it is not,
Wow.
Yeah, that's why for Earth plane, for humans, there are certain things. There's a limit to the knowing of these things because of the perspective. You know, so that's why higher planes are there, where you have a higher perspective. You know, so
That's what's fun, is to not know, is to wonder, that's the
yeah,
fun here. Come
but
on, I'm
and if
having
you really
fun
wonder,
doing
if you
this.
really want to know, you will have to get to those higher realms. Then you'll have to work to get to those.
Oh, I'm
But
working
if
on
you
it. I'm
yeah,
working
so
on it.
that's the whole. There is a carrot, right? Like there is a thing. Okay, if you want to know this, if you really wonder, then you have to earn that
Yeah,
knowing and get to that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense so much.
yeah,
Why would it be given to you here on this plane,
yeah, yes,
where
yes.
you're lost at sea and you wonder like, you know everything here?
No,
Yeah.
which I've spoken so many times in our talks before. There are human knowledge. Humans are supposed to have a knowledge of a certain kind, which is useful for them while they are here. You know, not the knowledge of the making of this creation. Like, there's a lot of secrets in
It's
creation.
regional science. That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, no, it's always good to bring it back because it's such a huge thing.
yeah.
The sun, like, it's there. So now
Yes.
the art, the hard part, painting. Now my first question, PT, is: can we, or are we born with ability to paint, to sculpt, to do anything that we will engage in doing? I heard, I think it's Billy Joel, he said, what I do might seem extraordinary. I'm only competent in what I do. I'm competent in singing, competent in playing with the music. I am competent, but in a world full of incompetent people, it makes me look extraordinary.
The
That's
thing is, um,
so.
like
Is it?
everything is quite easily explained if you understand reincarnation. Okay, if you take reincarnation into the picture, then things are much more easier to. Okay,
Okay. Go ahead.
okay,
Go. Interesting. I
okay.
never
So, like,
thought of
if
this part.
if you take reincarnation into play, then somebody has practiced something in some life. So obviously, in next life, they might know more of that thing because they practiced that. That's all. So finally, it's practice. In anything, there's time, effort, and practice. Do you think that's the bottom line in anything? So there is, yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
Practice, but painting and drawing, and
yeah.
I don't think I can ever maybe
Oh,
do
yeah. So
something
so
like
then
you.
then if somebody in the previous life
So
has painted and has practiced on it, and they take birth in this life, they will obviously have a more that thing of it. They are starting from a different
because
place. Yeah.
it's not only the stroke of your hand, it's the eyes. You have to have that vision of the painting almost complete before you even start, probably. Like they
It's
have a
not necessary
vision,
that
they
they
have.
have it like that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's sometimes it comes up as you do it, but it's still practice to put anything. You know, like for example, if somebody's a carpenter,
Practice.
is a carpenter. Okay, so like how to cut it in exact. They're making a table, how to make it exact and everything. Another person will try to make it and they will not be able to make it exact. And somebody has 20 years experience, then they will be able to make it more exact. The table, you know, because you learn a lot of things. Like you have an idea that I have to make a table like this. The final table should look like this. But then how to go about doing it? That requires some experience and know-how. Okay, and some people get that quicker and some people don't get that quickly. That depends on whether they have the practice from past lives even of that or not in this life, because you're starting from everybody's not starting from the same point in this life, in anything. When I mean anything, I mean anything. So
And
so
it's
that
very it's sorry, it's very interesting what you're saying, because often you will see it in infant and young children drawing like amazing stuff at
yeah,
a young age, where
yeah,
me at 50 something, I
yes,
can't
yeah,
even draw a bonhomme allumette,
yes,
like a
yeah. So
little
I mean, so
bonhomme
there are a lot of
star, like.
prodigies and stuff, who have practiced something, and then by the age of 5 and 7 they start showing that in this life. They're called prodigies in this day and age. So, but that is just practice from. So reincarnation solves all that mystery. Why is that? And painting is one of those things. And you know And finally, if people use whatever of their things like that, whatever they have for doing, making a living in this world, okay, making a living in this world, that's fine by me. I'm not gonna go against people using something to make a living in this world. Okay, everybody has got to make a living, you know to
Yes, of course.
survive on earth. So they do whatever they know
Survive.
to do,
But yeah,
whatever they know to do. But there is always a thing which you can use the same kind of things for doing, like, doing the right thing. For example, earlier painters used to paint, you know things like nature scenes, because people did not travel much, or could not travel much, so they would paint a nature scene, so then other people who can't go to that place can see that, and enjoy that nature. Okay, so that is a function at that time. Okay, now photographs have come, pictures have come, so now that is not. Now after video has come, now everyone can see everything on earth through video and
yeah,
that thing, and picture moments are captured by the camera and stuff like that. So their role is not so much in that now, but then their role can go into illustrating things which are like stories, or things which are ancient stories, which are helpful for humans, which give a message, which take them in the
yeah.
right direction, so you can illustrate that. you know so these kind of things can be used in different things, but finally, it's up to the people to decide how they're going to use whatever they know how to do. you know so
Another
that's
thing in painting, drawing, and stuff
so
that's fairly
so so, so that's
new.
why these kind
Yeah,
of what they call skills come with responsibility. you know the lesser skill you have, the less responsibility you have.
true.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, yeah,
it's big, so big.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh yeah, no, painting, drawing, all this now in the last. I wasn't there 100 years ago, but I bet you it wasn't there. Also, it's tattooing. How people
yeah,
tattoo their skin. Never been
mm,
big on this myself, but I'm sure it
mm,
has some kind of negative effect for the skin. Also, like you're
mm.
blocking something, and like it's not natural to tattoo. PT. So I would like to have your
Eh,
opinion on that. Do you have a body
yeah,
full of tattoo,
personally,
PT?
like, I'm not for doing anything with the human body which is not necessary.
So you
Personally,
have
that's
no
my,
tattoo, PT, eh?
like I personally have a view without. I'm just talking about beyond tattoos, even, you know, of not doing anything with the physical body which is not necessary. Like anything, like
Anything.
not disturbing it in any way,
Okay.
which, so tattoo is a more
Yeah.
extreme form of disturbance. You're creating for unnecessary disturbance, you know so that kind of thing, like any kind of, that's why chips, implants, when people are ready for that kind of thing, you know I don't like to even have headphones and stuff, on the body, because,
No.
like, I'll use them, like in a studio or something, if sometime, if it's absolutely
Yeah.
necessary, you know for doing something, but it's not like I like appendages on my body, like that, or to do those kind of things. So it goes more than just tattooing. It's I mean, like, people think it's a statement, like if they tattoo something, it's a statement, they're making a statement to the world, but that's not how you make a statement. You have speech for making statements. You've
We're
been,
making a statement here today.
yeah, yeah, you have been
That's
given
my
speech.
kind of tattoo on the earth.
Yeah, you have been given speech to, or if you want to paint, you can paint something somewhere on a canvas, on a wall, or anything. You don't have to have it on your body. Your body has not been made like a canvas. Even ancient people made things on rocks, stones, those drawings.
Yes.
Like, if you don't have anything, you can make it on the rock, but the human body is not the canvas,
Exactly.
really.
So you
So,
want to liberate your hearts, do it on a rock.
yeah, yeah,
True.
yeah, I mean, that is, so I mean, all these things, I mean, again, it's lack of education. I consider it lack of education, that people have not been told what the human body is for, what its purpose is. So when you don't know any of that, then you can do whatever with it, in any kind of
Yeah.
way. Like, it's all kinds of craziness can happen, and does happen, because there's just lack of
So
education.
it is a sign of psychological distress in a way.
Yeah, of not knowing, actually, really,
Yeah,
basically. Confusion, not knowing,
yeah,
and all of that. And finally, through that, people, more immersion. That's where all these technologies, when they're talking about like putting chips inside people, and who will be ready for that? I mean, a person who doesn't even want to get a tattoo definitely is not going to get a chip
yeah.
implant. Like, but if you do are ready for a tattoo, you might be ready for that. So, there are different things like intrusion. How much intrusion do you want in that kind of way, of non-organic, inorganic things, and different times, different stuff into your,
And also,
you know,
the ink is full of
yeah,
chemicals. It's not made out of a tree. The ink they put in your body, so
yeah.
it's how many
I
chemicals
mean,
in there?
natural dyes, even if you put on your body or whatever, they go away.
Yeah, yeah,
you know, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
This one stays for life.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
something there.
Yes. So
Yeah,
obviously,
no,
so
that's why I've never been really attracted to
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Uh, Now there's another thing. Maybe to finish, I would like to talk about glass blowing. Okay, making glass. The other day, I was just holding a bottle, and I was so amazed at the bottle just being rigid. It starts with silica, with sand or something, and they transform that into glass. PT. They blow it like it it amazed me, the whole principle of glass blowing. I can watch it like, yeah,
yeah. So it's a
it's really
technology
interesting.
which has been given to humans. Okay, humans cannot come up with that technology from the very big, wherever, whenever it was given. It was
Yeah,
given. Yes, like, and how to turn through high temperatures and fire, and high temperatures, how to turn sand and those substances into glass. It's a technology, which is material technology, which I call technology, actual material technology, not science, not the
okay,
science fix, actual material technology, which is material science. So, which was the actual real science, which is before, which was the thing, and those were the things which are given, and which has given all the things which the civilization has even right now is from material tech, not the fake science which they teach in schools. You know, so that is all real stuff, of transmutation of different things on Earth into different things, and that's a whole knowledge system in itself. You know, and as far as I'm concerned, which I consider that has a origin away from Earth. Always it's not
yeah,
human in origin. That's why it makes you wonder so much that how does this happen, and for any human it
yeah.
would be like that.
Like I was holding bottles, and I'm like, how can
Yeah,
this happen? It's perfectly clear. You can see through. Like,
yeah,
blows my mind. But it's
yeah.
glass
It's not like
blowing. It
there was
blows
some
out.
village uh, in the Amazon, and people didn't know anything about that kind of thing, and suddenly they started making glass. It doesn't happen like that. And
No, exactly.
those tribes are still there, and they don't know how to make glass, and they will not know how to make glass in another 100 or 200 or 500 years, like, so unless someone teaches them.
Is it? Yeah, unless someone teaches them. Is it the same for plastic?
Yeah,
Plastic,
obviously,
because
everything.
plastic, honestly,
Yeah, everything, all material things, including your mic, including everything, whatever is being made, the cloth, the weaving, the dyeing, the everything, the glass blowing, every kind of tech has to be taught to humans by non-human entities. That's my take on
wow.
that.
Even the time construct is based, I heard, on the golden ratio. I saw
Yeah,
someone the other day spin the golden ratio, and
yeah,
like, I don't know. It's so like, there's so many questions that I have, PT. But
yeah.
that's it for today. It will be
Yes,
that for today, and we will be back next Wednesday, and I will be live also. I just want to say I will be live and direct with Frank Shields from North Carolina. He is Frank, I think, North or South.
yes, yes,
Anyway,
yes, yes,
he's on the same time zone as me, and we will be together every Monday, 10 a.m., to do the
yes,
study, review, and study of your book, Scriptures for the Now.
yes,
We will go through the whole book, sharing our opinion and stuff and our vision and our heart,
Yes.
sharing our hearts. And
Yes.
also, we will do it bilingual. Frank will read the English, and I will read the French with the French book,
Yes.
as I had the French book and the English book. So we will do both. It's going to be a bilingual series.
Right.
I'll try to translate and condense everything, not to be too long in French. It will be like I say 70% English, 30% French, just to give
Yeah.
people an idea of what we're talking about. So it
Right.
will start next Monday, and I will be with you again Wednesday. So that
Okay.
was just
Okay. Okay.
specified.
That's yes.
Good. Large up. Well, see ya.